Thank you very much for the introduction, dear ministers and audience here. It's an honor being invited to Greenland. Hurtigruten has been a lot in Greenland the last few years. However, outside the shipping season, we have not been here so much. So it's really about time that we're stepping onto the podium, and it's really, really nice to be doing that in a setting like this. Hurtigruten was established many years ago in 1893. Norway was in a big did a big project releasing itself as a nation from Sweden, and as part of that, polar expeditions was being undertaken, and Fram drifted across the Arctic Ocean between 1893 and 1896. 1893, Hurtigruten was established. In 1898, Fram, that drifted across the Arctic Ocean, sailed up to the Nunavut area and discovered more land than any other expedition from the west had ever done before. The captain, Otto Sverdrup, did also work for Hurtigruten when he established our first expedition cruise up to Svalbard, tucked in between those two legendary expeditions with the expedition ship Fram. We operate the modern time Fram that have been sailing in Greenland since 2007 when she was launched. We have been here every year with that ship, and we hear quite fantastic stories from places like Umanak and Ukusisat, small villages that we've visited continuously over the last 10 years. From kids that have grown up seeing us come every spring. They tell that that's when summer comes, when they see Hurtigruten comes, and it's a testament to longevity, protecting from a business perspective the investment of sailing in Greenland, and that is establishing near and close contact with business partners here. And so far, I think we've created some really strong bonds that we want to take even further in the future. There's a lot that have been said so far in this forum about what is happening in Greenland and in the Arctic, and with tourism, and how tourism done in a responsible way is a very sustainable thing to do in these areas. I would like to echo very much of what have been said so far, and we would like to continue contributing through organizations like ECO, Arctic Association of Expedition Cruise Operators, that creates guidelines that are common for all members, how to behave ashore, how to not pick flowers, how to not overcrowd small communities, how to do the business in a sustainable way. And we have seen that this little organization that was created in 2003 have transcended borders and are now applicable to places like Franz Josef Land, Svalbard, Greenland, and the Arctic Canada. So members of that organization follow a common set of guidelines in order to not only operate along on an even playground, but to make sure that we can continue to do this in the future. In my notes, I had all this about how Greenland is about to align infrastructure. It is really the key in in my message from a business perspective. We fly in people to Kangerlussuaq. We charter Air Greenland flights. We've done that for many, many years. I don't know exactly how many flights we've operated, but we have sailed into the Søndre Strømfjord to pick up people. We have exchanged with small tender boats, and last year, for the first time in those years we've been here, we did not succeed sailing into Søndre Strømfjord, and we had to shuttle people with small planes from Nuuk to Kangerlussuaq in order to exchange and get people, new people on board, send the happy guests home. That was a bit of a drag, and it's really, really encouraging to see that Greenland is now aligning infrastructure using Nuuk and Ilulissat as the two main ports on the northwest coast of Greenland. We think that is really, really the right way to go, and I can see that, you know, when we are now planning routes for creatures like up on the screen here, new built, we have 4 on the order block, 500 passenger ships. We need an aligned infrastructure, not only to exchange passengers. We need fuel, we need provisions, we need onshore activities, and we need places of significance. And yesterday I was taken on a little tour in the old part of Nuuk here, which looks very, very different from the new part that we're in right now. It's 5 minutes walking from here, and it just has an ambience that is just right for, I believe, for our tourists. And it has history, and it has experience value that is very, very high. So I do believe that that Nuuk is going to become increasingly popular or important together with Ilulissat in the future. We've also seen that regulatory framework in Greenland, for that sake also other places in the Arctic, has been some kind of, in some ways, unpredictable. In Arctic Canada, we see that the regulatory framework is scattered between a huge number of institutions, and as an operator, we have to. There is really not a one-stop shop in order to access these areas. Very understandable. There are different regions that are autonomous and are sovereign, and we do understand that. Likewise, in Greenland, the regulatory framework is being administered by different bodies, which is fine. And what is good for us as operators and as a business is to have predictability and have a good overview. You know, how do we access these areas and do our paperwork in advance so that we're good to go. So that's a sort of a common Arctic challenge. There are, you know, a number of sovereign nations that do things differently. We do appreciate that. So, towards the end here, I just want to present you this new ship. It's a 500-passenger ice-strengthened expedition ship with different propulsion methods like electricity that we are probably going to see here in Greenland in the future. We're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to hiring Greenlandic staff on board this ship. We're looking forward to cooperate with Greenlandic businesses, and we would like to invite, or we would like to seek for partners making tourism even more fantastic in the future. Greenland is really, really a fantastic place that deserves more the growth that you think you can stand here. So with that, I would like to thank you.